On the news tonight, FUTA advocates technology-driven entrepreneurship, plus secondary school signing out trend raises concern. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Our news schedule is coming up earlier than scheduled due to the ongoing FIFA World Cup. Stakeholders in the industrial sector in the country have been urged to focus their development strategy more on technology, innovation and entrepreneurship for sustainable growth and development. This was the crux of the 2026 Entrepreneurship Eminent Personality Lecture and Distinguished Awards of Excellence ceremony organized by the Department of Entrepreneurship, School of Logistics and Innovation Technology, Federal University of Technology, Akure, FUTA. Nta Akure reports.
The event, themed Building a $1 Trillion Nigerian Economy Through 21st Century Technopreneurial Education, brought together academics, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and other stakeholders to explore the role of innovation-driven entrepreneurship in national economic development. The guest lecturer, Temitope Togun, who was represented, stressed the need to view entrepreneurship beyond business creation, describing it as a strategic tool embedded in sound policy frameworks, research ecosystems, and talent development capable of driving sustainable economic growth.
They must begin to look at how they can use technology to disrupt the system to be able to achieve it.
Acting head of the Department of Entrepreneurship, School of Logistics and Innovation Technology, Dr. David Ilori, said the aspiration to build a $1 trillion economy requires deliberate investment in human capital. He noted that the world's leading economies have continued to leverage knowledge, technology, and entrepreneurship to achieve sustainable development and societal transformation.
Although Nigeria has its rich resources and a large youthful population, realizing this potential requires transforming the education system. The traditional model, which focuses on preparing graduates for scarce jobs, must shift to one that empowers students to create jobs, solve problems, and innovate.
This team will avail us to think out of the box and assist all stakeholders to fashion appropriate strategy for improving industrial nation in this digital economy era.
Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Adenike Oladiji, alongside other guests, highlighted the importance of technopreneurial education in preparing entrepreneurs to harness emerging technologies, drive innovation, and compete effectively in the global economy.
Through our entrepreneurship development initiatives, incubation programs, industry collaborations, and emphasis on practical training, we are nurturing a generation of graduates who are not job seekers, but job creators.
To the government, they need to provide more better enabling environment for our youth and the young entrepreneurs.
A major highlight of the event was the presentation of distinguished awards of excellence to selected entrepreneurs of Ondo State origin in recognition of their outstanding contributions to Nigeria's economic development through entrepreneurship and innovation.
And we as entrepreneurs, we are going to make sure that we inculcate some of these ideas and some of the things that you've told us in the lecture, and we are going to practicalize it outside.
The Entrepreneurship Eminent Personality Lecture and Distinguished Awards of Excellence ceremony was the second in the series organized by the Department of Entrepreneurship, School of Logistics and Innovation Technology, Federal University of Technology, Akure, as part of efforts to promote entrepreneurship education and celebrate excellence in enterprise. In Akure, Nta Akure, NT News.
The 3-week orientation course for the 2026 Batch B Stream 1 core members deployed to Ondo State has ended with a charge to remain disciplined, embrace self-reliance, and contribute meaningfully to their host communities. Gloria Vladimeji tells us more.
The 2026 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course came to a close with a colorful passing out ceremony held at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Nta Akure. In his message, the governor of Ondo State, Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, congratulated the course members on the successful completion of the orientation course and urged them to remain disciplined, law-abiding, and security conscious throughout the service year. He also encouraged them to promote peaceful coexistence. The governor, whose address was read by the state coordinator of the National Youth Service Corps, Mrs. Kuburat Omowumi, also urged them to uphold the ideas of the National Youth Service Corps throughout the service year.
The United States government is unwavering in its commitment to ensuring your safety and well-being throughout your service year. We will maintain close collaboration with all relevant authorities to provide a conducive environment. In turn, advise you to prioritize personal security, avoid unnecessary risk, and shun all forms of social vices that could derail your future.
The Corps members were further encouraged to take advantage of the Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development (SAID) program to acquire vocational and entrepreneurial skills that would prepare them for self-reliance after the service year.
Your active participation in lectures and harmonious coexistence reflects the very essence of the NYC mandate.
Highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of awards to a man-o-war personnel and NYSC staff members, Mrs. Oluwatosi Funke and Mr. Williams Daudu, in recognition of their outstanding service and commitment during the orientation course. The ceremony also featured the distribution of posting letters, after which the course members departed for their various places of primary assignments across Ondo State. A total of 2,735 course members, comprising 1,254 males and 1,481 females, successfully completed the orientation course. From the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Ikare Akure, Glory Oladimeji, NTA News.
Staying with education, concerns are mounting over the growing culture of extravagant signing out celebrations by secondary school students, with many warning that the trend is encouraging indiscipline and risky behavior among young people. Some parents and educationists in Akure have applauded the Ondo State government's disciplinary action against students involved in the practice, describing it as a necessary step to restore discipline in schools. Oluwakemi Ademola reports.
Education remains a strong pillar of development in every society. However, with the growing trend of secondary school students engaging in extravagant signing out celebrations after their final examinations, many parents, teachers, and educationists are asking, how did we get here?
They are still young. They still have a long way to go. So I don't think it's a good thing. It's a bad development. If you go to Akure, most of the schools in Akure here, you will see what they perpetrated during the signing out ceremony they had.
What have they achieved that they are signing out? Signing out from where? And of course, my own personal view about it is such an event should not be encouraged. And of course, it should be totally banned. And any students henceforth, caught in the web of signing out, if such can be arrested and face the music, so be it.
This is not what we are going to leave behind for our children. It's too early for them. Somebody in secondary school, if they are signing out and they are doing this, when they get to university, what will they do? They will set the whole world ablaze.
Some respondents attributed the trend to a decline in discipline, both at home and in schools. They stressed that the need for parents and other stakeholders to support government efforts aimed at instilling discipline and promoting responsible behavior among students.
From the school, so that during PTA meeting, the parents should be told what is expected of their children. And any student who should go against it should be severely dealt with, even before it comes to government.
They should ban it totally. When you are writing your final paper, you write it and you go to your house. Parents should notice, or should note this, that anybody, any student, or any ward or children, that their name at this level entered into black book, the future is not is bleaking for them.
To them, the signing out culture is alien to the secondary school system and should not be encouraged. In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
You're still watching Nta Akure News at news at 7. We shall be back in a moment. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. You can also watch us on our social media handles on Facebook at Nta Akure and on YouTube at Nta Akure. It's now time to join Inioluwa Edema for business news.
Households across parts of the country are beginning to experience relief as retail prices of liquefied petroleum gas, popularly known as cooking gas, decline following improved product supply and softer depot prices. The latest market updates from gas marketers showed that retail LPG prices have started easing in major cities after weeks of elevated prices, although the reduction have not been uniform because of varying transportation costs, distance from supply depots, and retail margins. In another development, the government on Monday approved a combined 3.94 trillion naira for 25 road projects and other tasks across 10 states, and a further 286 billion naira for the procurement of pollution control, pilot transfer, and firefighting vessels for Nigeria's port system. The approvals follow the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu as the council chamber of the State House, Abuja. It was the first meeting in approximately 3 months since the council last sat on March 4, 2026, when Tinubu swore in the Inspector General of Police, Tunji Disu, in Akure, Inioluwa Edema, NTA News.
For stories trending in the sporting world, let's join Olumide Egmutola.
The Atlas Lions of Morocco continued their good runs, giving the African continent a good representation at the ongoing 2026 World Cup with a 3-2 win over Netherlands via penalties after 1-1 regulation scoreline. The African team takes on Canada in the round of 16. Côte d'Ivoire will attempt to follow the footsteps of Morocco, where the team take on Norway Tuesday evening, while France lock arms with Sweden in another round of 32 match. In athletics, the Nigerian world record holder Tobi Amusan is scheduled to compete in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, Oregon on the 4th of July 2026. Tobi, who's on a hot winning streak, having recently clocked a season's best of 12.28 seconds at the Paris Diamond League on the 28th of June, will be competing against the best in the world at the event. In squash, Quadri Yusuf successfully defended his titles in the under-19 and senior men's categories of the Prime Atlantic National Squash Tournament held in Lagos. Yusuf defeated Giwa 3-2 in both the under-19 and senior men's finals, replicating the feat he achieved last year.
Seeing the younger generation coming up, being so much interested in sports, and it just goes a long way to show how far Nigeria has come when it comes to youth involvement in sports and entertainment.
In the women's under-19 final, Lovett Balogun edged Zainab Ishola 3-2 in a keenly contested encounter, while the defending champion Rafiat Abdulaziz maintained a dominance in the senior women's category with a convincing 3-0 victory over Mistura Durosinlon. With sports update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
The shocking murder of veteran broadcaster Olakintan Oyeshiku and her security guard has continued to generate outrage and grief across Ogun State as police authorities revealed how a former employee allegedly masterminded the deadly attack. Yemi Dalimo reports that the police arrested 3 suspects following an intensive investigation into the killings of the retired broadcaster and her security guard at her residence in Abeokuta.
After decades of service behind the microphone, Kiton Oyeshiku should have been enjoying the rewards of retirement. Instead, her life was cut short. The death of the broadcaster and her security guard, 38-year-old Pelumi Adetayo, has continued to generate concern among residents and media practitioners in Ogun State. The incident was discovered on June 21st after concerned persons noticed unusual activities around Oyeshiku's residence and alerted the police. This prompted an investigation by the Ogun State Police Command.
Friday, we actually spoke, And then I didn't hear from her on Saturday. I felt, well, after church on Sunday, I would reach out to her. But I was called out. I should come quickly.
Notice a cut of our entrance net. So it now came to me and caught my attention. So immediately, me and one other landlord, we came into the scene.
4 days later, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Bode Ojajuni, paraded the principal suspect, 22-year-old Sodende Olajuwon Philip, alongside 2 alleged accomplices, Shakiruddin Abdurrahim Ayola, 27, and Shobu Obafunsho, 36, at the police command headquarters in Eleweran, Abeokuta. Police said a written note allegedly recovered at the scene provided vital clues that assisted investigators in identifying and arresting the suspects.
And we have to clarify this. What is the grievances? He said his salary was low. Did you ask for increase in your salary? He said he never asked for increment. Then why did you murder her? Said because the salary was not enough. And in the course of investigation, we discovered that he persistently called the deceased and was demanding for money from time to time until the deceased was pissed off.
Police said he told investigators that the attack was intended to teach her a lesson. Reacting to the arrest, the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists Ogun State Council, Comrade Wale Olaniwaju, commends Ogun State Police Command for its prompt action. The suspects are expected to face prosecution as investigations continue. Family members and colleagues of the deceased say they hope the judicial process will ensure justice for the victims.
And as a package, we thank you for watching. Good evening.